posed by COVID-19 and in light of the advice from the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention in the states of New York and New Jersey, today's meetings are being held virtually via teleconference. An audio broadcast of these meetings with video of the presentations being live streamed from the Port Authority website. Today's public session will start with the Committee on Operations, which I will chair. We will conclude the public portion of today's meeting with the public board meetings. We'll now start the public session of the Committee on Operations, which is being held in public session in its entirety. At this point, I ask the Board Secretary to advise those present of the composition of this committee and any commissioner recusals.
Committee on Operations is composed of Chairman O'Toole, the committee chair, Vice Chairman Linford, the committee vice chair, and Commissioners Bagger, LaBarbera, and McCabe. All committee members will be participating in today's meeting via teleconference. We expect Commissioner Bagger to join shortly. In addition to the committee members, Commissioners Eve, Horwitz, McDonald, Pacino, and Rosado are also participating on the teleconference. There are no recusals required.
Thank you, Jim. I'll now call on the Director of the Office of Environmental and Energy Program, Christine Wydick, to present an item concerning the development of a solar energy system at JFK Airport. Christine?
Thank you, Chairman. Good afternoon, Commissioners. I'm here today to update you on our on-site solar energy efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in furtherance of our commitment to uphold the Paris Climate Agreement and seek your approval for a project that is part of that effort. The project would install a large solar energy system at John F. Kennedy International Airport to produce power for the airport and surrounding communities. The solar panels will be mounted on carports to be built in one of JFK's parking lots. So some background on the project. As part of the agency's Paris commitment, the board approved in 2018 a set of initiatives which we informally refer to as the Clean Dozen. Of the dozen, several relate to the development of on-site renewable energy, including projects at multiple facilities such as John F. Kennedy, Newark Liberty International, and LaGuardia airports, as well as PATH locations. The projects are expected cumulatively to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by approximately 6,000 metric tons annually, contributing significantly to our 20% by 2035 greenhouse gas reduction goal. These projects add to the current portfolio of approximately 1 megawatt of on-site solar at Newark Airport, Stewart Airport, and PATH Harrison Car Maintenance Facility. The image here on the right, actually, Jim, if you don't mind. So the image on the right here is of a solar array on a rooftop of a PATH warehouse that we just completed construction on. Next slide, please. I will now provide further detail on the JFK Solar project for which I'm requesting approval today. A preferred development team was jointly selected by the Port Authority and the New York Power Authority in September 2019 and publicly announced in November 2019. The selected team is composed of SunPower Corporation, which will deliver the project, and Goldman Sachs Renewable Power, which will finance the project. The project would construct a carport canopy with solar panels on top on the southern section of long-term parking lot 9, providing covered parking to approximately 3,000 parking spaces. The photo on this slide shows a similar system constructed at the University of Maryland, and there's a zoomed image below it that gives you a sense of the scale of the project. JFK project would have a capacity of 12.3 megawatts, and the electricity generated by the system would mostly be used as it's generated. However, the project also includes 5 to 7.5 megawatts of battery storage, which will provide enhanced resilience to AirTrain JFK. I'm proud to say this project would be the largest on-site solar plus storage project in the state of New York. This project is divided into two components. The first is a system that will provide solar electricity to AirTrain JFK, as mentioned. And the second is a community solar system that will send solar electricity into the local power grid and provide credits to subscribers' electricity bills. Low and moderate income residents in the surrounding communities near the airport would be eligible for credits on their utility bills, which are made available through New York State's Community Solar Program. These credits will serve to lower their overall utility bill costs. Next slide, please. Thank you. So I'd like to provide a little more detail on the project economics. The private development team constructs, owns, operates, and maintains the system. The developer will pay the full upfront cost of the project, which is approximately $56 million. So to repeat, the project will be constructed at no upfront cost to the Port Authority. The developer recovers its costs through various incentives and the sale of electricity generated over 25 years. Rates are expected to be comparable to current power supply rates, so power purchases would be cost neutral to the Port Authority. Next slide, please. Thank you. So next steps, once this solar project is approved, the next step would be to conclude commercial negotiations and execute associated agreements within the next 90 days. Some design has already been performed at risk, and construction is expected to begin in the second quarter of 2021 and be complete by the fourth quarter of 2022. The Port Authority and the private development team will begin disseminating information on the JFK Community Solar Program to surrounding communities in early 2022, and sign up for subscriptions to the program will begin in mid-2022. Commissioners, I ask that you recommend this item advance to the full board for approval today. Thank you.
Thank you, Christine. Commissioners, any comments or questions we have on this proposal? No comments or questions. May I have a motion from a committee member who's not recused?
So move.
I have a second, please. Need a second? Okay. Any objections? Hearing none, the motion's passed, and that'll be put before the full board. That concludes today's meeting on the Committee on Operations.